Hi, and welcome back to the Y.E.S Fitness Longevity Podcast, where we give you insight on how to get fit, feel younger, and live better. First, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this live presentation or the taped version of it. It's an extremely busy time of the year. I understand a lot of things going on, events, parties, shopping, cooking, baking, all kinds of stuff. Going to the airport, picking people up, dropping people off. So it is a busy time of the year, and I do appreciate you taking the time to watch this. So because of that, and this is a gift-giving time of year, I am going to give you a special gift, and I will announce what that gift is at the end of this presentation. Whether you're a client or not a client, the gift will pertain to you. So it is a gift-giving time of the year, and I often get questions as to what would be a good gift to give my friend, my husband, my children, my workmates, somebody a gift for fitness who might not live in the area or might be working out at home or that type of thing. Maybe it's school and they want to give them something neat, something cool, a new exercise item for their exercise routine. So maybe they're just getting started and they want to give them something to use. One of the best tools that we use is the Ultimate Sandbag. The Ultimate Sandbag is relatively new to the fitness industry, and I don't want it to be labeled as a toy because there are a lot of toys in the fitness industry. You know, the physio balls, TRX, Rip Trainer, whatever the kettlebells. It's not just a toy or a tool. It's a very specific tool that needs to be used in a very specific system. So there are various size sandbags. I have a few back here right now. We have what's called the Burly bag, which is usually 80, 90, 100 pounds. We've got a strength bag, which can range from 30 to 50 or 60 pounds. We've got power bags, they're a little bit smaller. Some things that we use a little bit more dynamic movements. And then we have small green bags that are called core bags. So there's various side bags, and they're used for very specific things. So to purchase just one sandbag isn't going to give you a lot of options in the exercises that you can do. So the sandbags are specific to what's called the DVRT system. What is a DVRT system? It's the dynamic variable resistance training systems, okay? So the sandbag just happens to be the best tool for this training system. So what is the DVRT system? What is that all about? Well, what the DVRT system is it's really true functional training. So functional training is a word that's out there. People use it in all different ways. But what DVRT tries to do, and what it does do, is it teaches the body to move the way we want it to move. I'll say that again. Dynamic variable resistance training teaches the body to move the way we want it to move. So when you go to a gym and you do knee extension, get on that machine, do some knee extension, that, although that's what the muscle does, that really teaches your body how to move. How often do you actually do that movement? Unless, God forbid, you're kicking your cat. You don't do that movement in life, okay? Or you go to the gym and you do some bicep curls. How often do you do bicep curls in real life? And how is it affecting the rest of your body when you do those bicep curls? And let's even take it to the next level where we do a squat. The squat is just a straight up and down motion. But let's think about how we move in life. We don't move in those just linear patterns. We look at the body, and the way DVRT looks at the body is how do we train the body in the different planes of motion. So what does that mean? Planes of motion. If you take your body and you cut your body straight down through here, okay? That's what we call the frontal plane. If you were to take your body, cut it down this direction, that would be called the sagittal plane. And then if you cut the body in half, that would be the transverse plane. So let me give you some real life examples of what that is. When you're walking and you're carrying groceries and you stand up tall like this, you are working in the sagittal plane so that we're not letting that happen. When we do a plank motion and we try not to arch our back, we're working in the frontal plane. When you go to open a door or move the vacuum, it's a twisting motion or an anti-twisting motion, and that's working in the transverse plane. So it's great to train the body in one motion, in one plane. That's a good thing. But is that really what we do in life? It's not what we do in life. We do what we call multiplanar, or working and moving through the day in all three planes. Sometimes one at a time, sometimes two planes, and sometimes all three planes at one time. So what the DVRT system does is it trains the body to be able to move and fire, stabilize in the core, to be able to perform those activities in multiple planes at one time. So that is one of the keys to DVRT, their system, and why we do what we do. Another key to the DVRT system is the way we take a look at the body. The body is a bunch of fascia that all works together when we move and when we stabilize. So again, let's go back to a traditional exercise, getting on a machine and maybe doing a leg press or a knee extension or a row motion. Those are all great exercises if you're moving in just that simple plane. But that's not really teaching the body how to move correctly. It's not teaching the body to move the way we want it to move. So for example, we take a look at the core. The core is not direct, just abdomen just straight down through here. We got internal, external obliques. We got the transverse abdominis. So if you take a look at the core, it's like a can. So it's a nice, stable cylinder that resists extension, resists movement. That's what the core does. It transfers power from the lower body to the upper body. If you allow the core to bend like a slinky, it becomes weaker. So what attaches to that core? Well, your glutes, or your backside does, and your lats do, the big V muscle in your back. All those muscles, all that fascia attaches together. So that when we go to pull something, not only are we working the back muscles, but we're working the core muscles and the glute muscles all the way down the leg to be able to stabilize the body and allow that force to occur. That's the way we look at things in DVRT. So we want to be multiplanar, and we want to make sure that the body is moving the way that we want it to move. So there really is a reason why we do what we do here. We don't just do random things. There's progressions and regressions as to what we do. I mean, that's why there's an exercise science degree. What would you need an exercise science degree for if you were just going to go to the gym and get on a circuit of machines? What do you need an exercise science degree for if you're just picking up some weights and doing some bicep curls? Why do we spend so money on 4 years education and going to different certifications and continuing education all the time? Because exercise is a very complex thing. But when broken down to its simplest form and built up through progressions correctly, we get the results that we're looking for. We're less likely to hurt ourselves, and we're more likely to be able to perform the exercises correctly and have it become an advantage for us in life. So to just say, you know what, I think you should go get your husband a sandbag, or I saw some really cool sandbag exercises, that's not the idea. That's not the idea of what a sandbag is and why we do what we do with a sandbag in the dynamic variable resistance training systems. If you've used a sandbag at all, you notice that we don't progress by 1 pound, 5 pounds, or things like that. We don't have a 5-pound bag, a 10-pound bag, a 15, a 20, 25, 30, all the way up to 150-pound bags. Because in the DVRT system, we look at different ways to be able to change the resistance, make the exercise harder or easier, to progress it or regress it. It could be something as simple as, rather than grabbing the bag into two middle handles, grabbing one middle handle, one handle onto the outside. It could be our foot position. It could be how dynamic we make the movement. There's all different ways to make an exercise harder, other than just grabbing a heavier weight. Because grabbing a heavier weight may not necessarily be the best way to progress the exercise and allow you to move up the chain, up the ladder, to be able to do the exercise right. So we're going to go through one basic exercise. And I want you to see and understand the way that it gets progressed and how there's little things and little cues that really make the body work the way we want it to work. Because this is the key to the exercise being done correctly. And you'll see why. To just grab the bag and do the exercise is not going to give you what you paid for, what you're looking for. Why are you taking the time to do this exercise if you're not going to really do it correctly? So I'm going to take the bird dog exercise. Okay, it's a quadruped position. It's on all fours. It's a very basic, very primitive pattern. It's a great tool to build core strength and be able to link that chain of the core with the upper body and lower body, and link the chain from the lats to the core to the opposite glute. And you'll see that as I go along, and I'll explain that to you. So one other thing to think about is, when we use the sandbag, it allows us to do things, and some of the cues that we use, it forces the body to do things that you may not necessarily know that you're doing or know how to do correctly. One thing people don't know how to do correctly is to engage the core or to stiffen the body. So some of the cues that we use in these exercises makes it happen automatically. So if you're doing the cue that we give you, then there's just no way of doing the exercise wrong, and you're going to get the results that you're looking for. So here we go. We're going to go into quadruped position. And I want you to think about this right off the bat. Core stabilization starts with the ground. That's where core stabilization starts. It starts with the ground. So your hands and your feet are super important. Half of your body's bones are in your hands and your feet. That's how important they are. Half of the body's bones are in those two things. So if you would, I'm going to stand up. You won't be able to see my head, but I'm going to stand up. And what you're going to do is I want you to just stand up, and I want you to grip the ground with your feet. And I want you to feel how that turns on all the way up to your backside, how that stiffens it up. That's one of the keys. So if you just stand up and just on one foot, just you be on both feet, just grab the ground with your feet. Grab the ground with both feet, grab the ground with one foot, and you can feel this musculature just stiffening and tightening up. The same thing's going to happen when we grab the ground with our hands. So when we get down into this position, we're not just going to lazily stay here like this, okay? We're not going to have our toes like here. We're going to tuck our toes in, and we're going to try to push them into the ground. And then with our hands, we're going to grip the ground. So when I grip the ground and push my toes into the ground, right away, I will feel my whole body stiffening. That is going to stiffen right up through the arm, into the rotator cuff muscles. The core is engaged, the glutes are engaged, all the way to the ground. That will allow me to really stabilize and teach the core how to transfer that energy, how to stabilize the body when we have motion at one of the limbs, the feet or the hands. So I'm going to grab the large sandbag. Now, why? You're going to say, I could use any implement for this. I could use a kettlebell or a dumbbell. The reason why we're using the sandbag for this particular exercise is the size of the sandbag. The sandbag is long, where a kettlebell is small, or a dumbbell is small. So the sandbag is going to allow for more drag, which will make the exercise harder. And you'll see that when I go to do the exercise. So I'm going to grab this 80-pound bag here. Just slide right in here. Now I'm going to come into that quadruped position. So my toes digging into the ground, my hands are digging into the ground, and I have a nice neutral spine in my back, which will occur when all this tightens up. And I'm going to grip the ground with my hand, and I'm going to take this bag with my left hand, and I'm going to tug on it. Tug, and then relax. I'm going to grab the bag again. Everything's tight. Tug, and relax. We call that a USB quadruped anti-rotation drag because we're not rotating. And we don't want the core to rotate. When we go to open that door like that, we want the core to stabilize. So that's why we do this. So now I'm going to go through some progressions with that. I'm back here in my quadruped position. My toes are dug into the ground. My hands are dug into the ground. This time, as I go to pull that bag across, I'm going to start the cross patterning in my body from that lat all the way down the core into the opposite glute. From this position here, I'm going to reach out with this leg, take the bag, pardon me. I'm going to reach out with the right leg and pull and relax. Grip the ground, exhale, nice and long, and relax. One last time. Grip the ground, extend the leg, exhale, and relax. We can make that a little bit harder. I'm going to put a little band around my feet. This anti-rotation, now I'm going to really get some glute activation. My backside is going to be activated because I'm going to push the band out with my foot. So here we go. Grip the ground. Extend the leg. Pull. And relax. Grip the ground. Extend the leg. Exhale. And relax. So it's not just getting up here and tugging on this, and tugging on this, and tugging on this. Because to truly get that core engaged, you can't miss the cue of the feet. Grip the ground. Grip the ground with your hand. Extend that leg out. Exhale and give a tug. So that's what we call, again, a USB, band-resisted, quadruped, anti-rotation drag. A lot of words there, tells you exactly what to do. So then a little step up from that exercise is, I'm going to grab a smaller bag. I'm actually going to grab the core bag. Core bag, that's small. This bag's only 10 pounds. But when I do this correctly, you'll see how challenging it is. So this time, we're going to do USB ultimate sandbag, quadruped bag drag. So we're not going to anti-rotate. So we're going to come into this quadruped position again here. Bag is off to the side. Gripping the ground with my toes, gripping the ground with my hands. I'm going to exhale and slowly drag the back. Come back to the start position. Grab the bag. Nice and tight with that grab. Exhale. Slowly drag the back. So everything is tight when I'm doing that. I can feel it. My feet, from my feet, through my body, into my hands, and into the arm that's dragging that bag with that tight grip. So how do we make that a little bit harder? Again, before I go any further, we drag the bag slowly. It should be 4, 6, 7 seconds to get that bag across down there. This time, I'm in this quadruped position, gripping the ground with my toes, hands. But we're going to make it a little more challenging because I'm going to lift my knee off the ground slightly, grab that bag, exhale, bring it across slowly. Back to the start position. Stabilize, slight exhale. And down. Going to go to the next level. This time, I'm going to extend my leg out rather than just lifting the leg slightly. Bags off to the side. Quadruped position. Backside's tight. Hands and feet gripping the ground. I'm going to lift this right leg. Grip the ground. Exhale. Slowly drag the bag across. Come down. We go to the other side. Back to the start position. Grip the ground. Extend the leg. And bring the bag across. Slowly. Slow drag. This exercise is not how fast you can do it. It's not about how big the bag is. It's how well you can control the body. Notice my hips, my torso is not moving and twisting. That's what we're looking for. There's some toys. We can go with 2 slides. If you don't have slides, it's okay. Just extend your leg. We have 2 slides now. Again, we're going to try to grip. Backside's flat. Back is flat, pardon me. Your back is flat, gripping the ground. Going to extend the leg out. Exhale. Come on, back to the beginning. Ground. Exhale. Back to the beginning. If you don't have the slides, it's okay. But now we're going to try to incorporate that glute. So we really get that cross patterning that we're talking about between the lats, the core, and the glutes. Back in that start position, gripping the ground. Extend the leg. And drag. Extend the leg. Oops, pardon me, I'm on the slide. And drag. One more time. Extend the leg. And drag. If you don't have slides, it looks like this. Fix my band a little bit. Back into that quadruped position. Stabilize that body. Exhale. Stand nice and long. Drag the back slowly. Stand nice and long. Drag the bag slowly. We're going to take you through another progression. Start right from the beginning. Instead of going cross-leg, we want a diagonal pattern. So we take the bag here. We're going to extend the leg out and drag it diagonally. Again, remember, grip that ground with your hands and your feet. Extend the leg and drag that bag diagonally. Like that. Bow slides. Quadruped position, diagonal drag. So as this right arm is working, the left leg is working. Come back the other way. Finally, with the band, whether with the slides or not the slides. We'll get back to that start position. Grip the ground, extend the leg, exhale, nice and long, push that foot out, push it out, push it out. Come down, and then adjust the bag a little bit. Extend the leg out, and drag it down, diagonal. So you can notice in my voice that it's hard, that it's a challenge. And it's only a 10-pound bag. We do 6 or 8 reps of that, slow and controlled, not letting this body, this torso move, and it'll be a challenge. It'll definitely be a challenge. So that doesn't necessarily help us in what we call anti-extension, okay, in the frontal plane, like a plank does, because our knees are on the ground and our hands are on the ground. So we don't have that same anti-extension effect. So once you've been able to master that, we can go to the next level. We can go from a quadruped position to a plank position. And that will up the ante a little bit here, okay? So we're going to start in this quadruped position, and to get out into our plank, we're going to grip the ground with our hands. We're going to extend out, bring our feet a little bit wider. Now, what we don't want to do with this motion is we don't want to be twisting and moving around. So you've got to concentrate. Grab the ground with that hand, especially that left hand right now. You're going to grab the ground, grab that bag and slowly, drag that bag across. It's a 10-pound bag, and I'm telling you, I'm working hard. We're here, gripping the ground. Everything is tight. Slowly. Oh, I'm getting a little extra drag here with this pad. I need the pad for my knees. Kneeling on my knees. Too much church kneeling as a child. Now my knees bother me. So how do we make that a little bit harder? We're going to do a USB tall plank, single leg lateral drag. This takes it up a notch, a big notch. Let's see if I can do this. We're going to come to this tall plank position. We'll move this way just a hair. Our quadruped, bring it up, bring the legs out. So here we go. Single leg, single arm. Whoops. You have it, then grip the ground. Grip that ground. Challenging exercise. You can hear I'm a little out of breath. I basically did 1 rep. One way, one the other. 10-pound bag. That's truly training the core. Be able to activate it and work the way you want it to work. I'm going to show you one more little variation on that tall plank. I'm going to get rid of this mat here. I call this USB tall plank around the world. So, do I get this right now? I'm going to take the bag, start down here. Tall plank position. I'm going to drag this bag across. There, down. Other side. Drag it across. Turn. And down. And so forth. And around one more time. So you can see, I'm a little out of breath. I think I'm in pretty good shape. But just by progressing that exercise, didn't have to use a heavier bag, didn't go faster, Change body position. Did the exercise slow. Add a little bit of change with a band for resistance. All that stuff made that simple exercise challenging, teaching my body the way we should move, the way we want it to move. We want to get that cross work from one side to the other, that diagonal pattern. We want to make sure that the core is stabilizing correctly. To transfer the energy from the lower body to the upper body. Again, core training starts from the ground. You got to be gripping that barrel. So when you go out and you're looking for that gift, say, wow, I've seen a lot of cool videos online about sandbags. Or we do a lot of cool stuff in the gym with sandbags. Take a step back and make sure that they're going to learn the exercise progression correctly. Because when done correctly, you're more efficient, your body will respond better, you get quicker results, and less likely to hurt yourself. And that's why people come to people like me. Because we're not just about getting on a machine. We're not just about kicking your butt. You're not gonna, if I did that 2 sets of that, I'd be tired. I would be tired. 2 sets of that last exercise, USB or tall plank around the world? Absolutely. It takes a lot of work and a lot of concentration. So there's so much more to exercise routines, exercise programming, and just grabbing the next new cool tool that's out there, whether it was a TRX of that day, or the kettlebell's been around forever, or a sandbag. You want to make sure that you're getting the correct instruction on how to utilize that tool correctly. So if you have any questions, certainly post them and let me know. I'd be more than happy to answer those questions. Give me a call, email me, or whatever. So my special gift, okay? I'm only going to give out 3 of these. 3 to clients and 3 to non-clients. So we'll do the clients first. So clients, just mention to me that you watch this video. And we will give you a special gift. We're going to give out 3 special gifts. Just mention it to me or Michelle or any one of our staff, and you will get the special gift. If you're a non-client, mention this video. And we will give you, as a special early Christmas gift, a 30-day VIP. So what is a 30-day VIP? We don't give out very many 30-day VIPs. We give out a couple of months, maybe. And what that is it's a very special gift from us to you. So you can start an exercise program. So you can get started and get the benefits of exercise. Fat loss, sleeping better, bone density, stronger, more confidence, better posture, less risk for cardiovascular disease. All the things that exercise does. You use that 30-day VIP. So what that allow you to come here and train with us for 30 days. No charge. Come work out with us for 30 days with no charge and no strings attached. It's a special gift from me, from my team at Y.E.S Fitness to you, to hopefully get you on track going in the right direction in 2019 to help you achieve those goals. So remember, just mention that you watched this video to the end and you would like to take advantage of our special 30-day VIP promotion for Christmas. This promotion will end on Christmas Day at midnight because we do want it to be a Christmas gift. So you can either email us at info.yesfitnessct@comcast.net. Again, info.yesfitnessct. Not that. Yes, info.yesfitnessct.com, pardon me, not that. Our phone number, give us a call, 860-673-4293. Again, 860-673-4293. Leave us a message right here on the page. We will have all this information for you right on the page in case you want to contact us and take advantage of that. So again, thank you for watching today. I truly appreciate you watching at this time of the year. I know how busy everyone is. So I wanted to try to give you some really good information, some strong insight on exercise and gift selection. So look for more information from us down here at Y.E.S Fitness on how how to get fit, feel younger, and live better. Happy holidays. Thanks for watching.